Hello and welcome to me finally building my bookcase headboard.
Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring part of today's video.
So in the interest of honesty, before I started filming this, I couldn't find my camera battery or my SD card because they were both still in a suitcase from the last time I visited my family. So I did start unpacking before filming this, and then I just decided to finish unpacking because I was sick of having all of the suitcases around my room, and you know, it's fine. Now you know. So things are getting dire. It's starting to look a little year 3 of the pandemic up in this bedroom. My room has gone through a variety of things since I moved to Washington. I've moved my bed to a variety of different walls. It used to be in the middle, now it's in the side again. It's moved away from the wall, it's moved towards the wall again, and now I think it's in a configuration that I like. However, I have wanted a headboard for so long, and I found one, and then I just haven't built it for months.
This is the space above my bed. This used to be a huge, I mean it still is, a wall of art. Huh. Oh, what is that line on this camera? That's a concern. Well, in another thrilling travel adventure, there was a big line on the inside of my camera, so I fixed it. Basically, this used to be a really well put together wall of art. A variety of time has passed, stuff has gotten taken down, things have gotten replaced, and things have fallen. And I don't fix things right away when they get broken, because I find it difficult. Basically, what used to happen is that there's this hook back here. There's a light on it right now, and originally it was put in that wall so that I could hang my guitar. Yeah, we put it up on that wall before the bed was here. The bed used to be somewhere else. So now, you know, here's the deal. It's time to fix this, and a big part of fixing this is getting another form of storage in this bedroom, and that is storage in the form of a bookcase headboard, aka the thing that would have made me, like, shit my pants when I was a kid. So last year, I spent months scouring Facebook Marketplace, waiting for the perfect moment to buy a headboard. Finally, the day arrived, I found the perfect one, and here it has sat for many months. So basically there's this thing with certain neurodivergencies, ADHD, where if something is somewhere for a while, then the people in the house with ADHD, they stop seeing that item. It blends into the furniture, it becomes part of the decor, which is why in a lot of households with neurodivergent people, everything is a disaster, but you don't really notice because it isn't noticeable anymore. It's become your norm, and so it all blends into the background. And that is very much what has happened with the headboard here in this apartment. It's moved around a variety of places, and then at some point at the end of 2021, it got moved here. I want to say about when we were dealing with the Christmas tree, and it's such an unobtrusive place, and it doesn't cause any problems, and so there it stayed, but it's getting out of the box, and we're building it. I've made some initial efforts in terms of cleaning, getting rid of some books. Hi, Leia. And the other thing is that I'm currently in the process of requesting new books because it's the beginning of 2022, and that's when I start sending out, like, publisher emails in terms of releases for the new year. I'm going to continue cleaning for a bit, moving things around, making room in my bedroom, and then later on we'll get to building. Basically, the situation with my visit home was that I was on a flight where we sat on the tarmac for about 2 hours after our flight being delayed several times and canceled twice. They announced that they didn't have the ground crew necessary to load our luggage on the plane, and all of us as passengers had to make the decision there and then if we were going to stay on the plane and go to our destinations without our luggage, or get off the plane and try to fight with the airlines to get our luggage then.
great update for a person with an anxiety condition, let me tell you. Pretty much everyone stayed on board because we were assured several times over that our bags were going to be loaded as soon as some of the morning crew came in and they were able to load new flights. But what wound up happening was that I didn't have my bags for 3 days, and truly I don't blame the employees at all for what was happening. I purely blame the airline for claiming that they were ready and able to fly people to their destinations when clearly that wasn't the case. And the thing is, I was completely fine. Like, it was super stressful, but I was lucky because I was flying home to stay with my family, and my bag, if it never made it on another flight, was at least in the state where I lived. And there were so many other people on that plane who must have been in a worse situation, and from what I was able to glean online, no one got their bags for days, and no one at SeaTac Airport would pick up the phone because no one was getting their bags. Seems like genuinely it might have been a nightmare. It's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Well, hello there. I am here to let you know that this video was sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community full of thousands of classes for creative and curious people like yourselves. Skillshare has classes in illustration, photography, design, productivity, freelancing, and so much more. You can learn at your own pace, and with new classes being added every day, there is always something new to learn. Given that it is the new year and so many incredible people tend to join this online community when a new year begins, I wanted to recommend a class that might help with that. That class being Start Your Creative Career, Build a Sharp, Smart Online Presence. This is such a helpful class because it covers the basics in such an efficient and understandable way, which I think is so important, especially when you're starting out online. I feel like I have had to start over in educating myself how to do different stuff online for most of my life. Recently, I've been learning how to be a small business owner, which is a new one. So, if you'd like to try this class or one of the many, many other classes on Skillshare's platform, Skillshare Premium membership will get you access to this class and all of the many, many other classes on the platform. And the first 1,000 people who click the link in my description are going to get a free 1-month trial of that Skillshare Premium membership. So, definitely check that link out and get started creating it today. Thank you again so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and now I shall let you get back to a very different CC. So, there you go. Finally did it. I finally built the headboard, and it is in fact the headboard that I have always wanted. I've always wanted to be able to have a space right by where I sleep that also gets to hold some of my favorite books, that has all of my markers and highlighters and annotation stuff somewhere that's cozy and can just be a space for me to curl up and read and listen to music, and it's here and it makes me so happy. I definitely would say I'm not done with the whole thing behind me and how it looks. I think I want to add some other twinkle lights, some slightly bigger twinkle lights in this second shelf so that you can see the shelf a little bit better. There's some lighting in there. Plus I just love the way, you know, the glow of some twinkle lights looks. I'm also definitely planning on moving the light bulb. I think it looks good right now, but I don't really want to leave it hanging on my old guitar holder. So in the end, I am going to run a cord up this wall over here. It's gonna go over my bed and hang just in the corner. So that way I have a little switch by my bed that has a light that I can read. Plus I was really happy when I found this particular LED bulb because it has the reflective gold bit on the bottom. It prevents the light from just shining directly down and creating a super obnoxious glare on what I'm reading. I don't want it to feel like I have this bare bulb spotlight on me when I'm reading. I want it to be cozy and warm. So finding an LED bulb that had a warm feeling was super essential, and then having that like wrap on the bottom so that the light diffuses throughout the room. So helpful. Plus I got to put together a couple of really lovely little book displays. So I've got some Queer YA, my little Queer YA rainbow. Every single one of those books features a queer main character, and I just, once I realized that the shelf was the right size for a like standard YA hardcover, I wanted to create another rainbow in here. It does mean that my bookshelves are nightmarish, but that is a problem for another day. Also in terms of organization, I took all of the mass market paperbacks off of my bookshelves and I stacked those up in the corner as well. First of all, just because I think it's pretty. I like the look of having those like old-fashioned
those more old-fashioned looking books in the corner, especially because I'm creating this cozy little book nook for myself. But also it's incredibly difficult sometimes to organize shelves when you're dealing with books that are so much smaller than other books. So it's also just gonna make it a little easier to reorganize my shelves for maximum storage. You also get a peek at what I'm currently reading because those are the books that went on my shelf first. I'm in pretty early stages for all 4 of them except for The Last True Poets of the Sea, which I just cracked page 100 last night and I'm absolutely loving it so far. That is basically it. I just wanted to walk you through a little project of mine, take you through a couple of days in my life as I make my room more my own. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me and seeing me create a bit more of my happy space. I am so looking forward to this new year of videos. I am currently reading a couple of different books that I'm enjoying so much, and I finished a couple of books at the tail end of 2021, so hopefully soon I will have some kind of wrap-up posted, updating you about my currently reading, my last read, all that kind of jazz. Plus, I am hoping to have a video up soon once I am able to talk more about the small business stuff that I mentioned earlier. It is in regards to an Etsy shop, and I am very, very excited to tell you more once that's slightly more finalized. Anyway, y'all, I hope you are having a great beginning of 2022 or whenever you're watching this. And thank you so much for watching, for listening, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!